All right. Now, please let me know if you can hear me. Because serious problems if you can't hear me at this point. Can you hear me? Because no sound and buffering? Hold on. I'm still here. I'm not gone anywhere. You can hear me? Good. Thank you. I'm not quite sure what happened there. What I think happened is I've been using a new Bluetooth headset when I'm watching videos upstairs. And after I did it, I found that I had no sound on my... it's going to be weird now. I'm going to sound... I'm going to be talking extra loud. I had no sound like when I was trying to watch a video afterwards. And I think that it was still like kind of stuck into that limbo in between the Bluetooth headset that I had that I got for Christmas. So I got to watch out for that. Sorry about that, guys. Hi, I'm Aaron. This is the Movie Library. You are the Movie Club, and welcome once again. We are going to be talking about Blood Red Blues tonight. So some underrated vampire films that I did pick up. And if you didn't hear what I said before, it's Boxing Day here in Canada and in the UK. I don't think that you celebrate Boxing Day as much in the over in the US, but it's kind of like our Black Friday, except that because we did Boxing Day first and we do Black Friday as well. Well, we do both of it. So I didn't pick up any films for me this time around, and the reason I didn't basically was because there wasn't a lot out there. What was there was okay price, but not anything overtly great. I did grab my better half like this, like kind of this foot massager, calf massager type of thing, one of those Dr. Ho things that you kind of put your legs into, and it was it's a pretty good price, and grabbed a couple other things for as well. I know I did pick up one thing, not kind of media related. I finally got a Pro controller for my Switch, because those things are normally like $99 here in Canada, and it was like down to $49, so I grabbed that right away. I grabbed the last one at Walmart that I was in. But I'd like to know what you guys got for Black Friday. Now, one thing I did find out today, and I have to tell you without telling you guys this. Hold on. And this is kind of cool, so at least I think it's kind of cool. You guys can let me know what you think. But this is driving me crazy. So I know that there's one other gift coming for me from Christmas. That's going to be late, and that is the Blood Island vacation set. So that's a big one, and I'm super stoked to get the set. I want to get the Critter set down the road too. I almost canceled the Blood Island vacation set to get the Critter set, and I'll explain why in a few minutes. But tonight, my better half, she showed me once again why she's the better half, and I can't say what quite yet, but next month, hopefully, inshallah, I will be unboxing something that is going to be a late Christmas gift that I had no idea about until tonight, which I think is epic. So, and I don't think you guys would guess it, to be completely honest. So no, this is one I don't think you'd guess. And I'm super excited about that. So, well, I started with like 16, and like some people just like left really quickly. So if anybody's still there, say hi, because I really don't know if something's happening with my sound again, or if people are just dropping out. So if you're there, Andy and James and Corey, let me know you're there. Okay, thanks, because I'm not quite sure. Okay, so perfect. So what I wanted to do tonight was I want to talk about some one of my favorite types of films that I don't talk about a lot. It's more of like a Gothic style film. And yeah, and that is the vampire film. So I got this Oh, excellent. For Christmas. And I hadn't seen this since it came out. So I was unsure. Kind of get until you're back in the UK. Good idea. Let me know what you get, dude. I was unsure if I was really gonna really like enjoy this. I knew it was gonna be a bit artsy and a bit different. Lily Taylor, of course, she's kind of like one of the queens of the indie horror scene. I'm gonna have to go off camera and sneeze in a second, just to let you know. Yeah, that's the thing. Me either. But I watched it, and I watched all the features, and it's awesome. I love Abel Ferreira. This is a different film. Now, the guy that wrote this actually worked and wrote with Ferreira for like ever. And what's his name again? God, I gotta find it on here. I'm totally not gonna find it right now. But anyway, the guy that wrote with him, that wrote a lot of his films with him. Basically, this was the last film that they wrote together for a while, and it's kind of interesting, like the hypothesis of why this is the last film that they worked on together, and it has to do a bit with like this movie this is a vampire film, like first and foremost. Now, this is a very different vampire film. It's filmed in black and white. It if you'd ever thought like Freire was like just okay with the camera work. Oh really? This is beautiful. This is a beautiful looking film, and for me, one of the best things he's ever shot. As always, New York's its own. I'll be right back. So I'm just going to go right over there because I had to sneeze, and something is getting my... This is not being an easy night for me to make this video, guys. How come this is not being shown? So I think I'm getting a bleeding cold. So yeah, this movie actually has a few stars in it. And Lily Taylor's in this one. Christopher Walken has a what they call a cameo role, but it's a big cameo role, and it's a really, really good sequence that he does in the film. Edie Falco is in this from Sopranos, and so is Michael Imperiello, actually, who was actually dating Lily Taylor at the time that this movie was being made. He actually has a kind of a cameo role, what would actually be a cameo role in this. It's really well done. It's extremely well shot. There's a lot of like, she's a philosophy student, and there's a lot of like philosophy like spewed throughout the film. And there's different takes on this. It's kind of like, in a way, slightly schizophrenic in that but in a good way, it works. That the writer of this film definitely put in like what you would call some pretty overt like pseudo-Christian like overtones within the film. Oh, Air Horror Express is going to be amazing. But the director, Abel Ferreira, definitely wasn't having that. And that had kind of like a clash of ideologies when this film was being made. and it's interesting to see the juxtaposition of exactly where the writer wants the film to take it, and where the director takes it and tries to, like, in a way, kind of subvert somewhat what the writer was trying to put on the page and get across. And I think Abel Ferrara was right, and it works well. Extremely well done. Features are fantastic on this film, and I definitely recommend. I recommend it highly if you like vampire films, like something just a little bit out of the norm. It's really well done, and there's a very short, and it's sadly short. There's a critical kind of like appreciation by Brad Stevens, and it's fantastic. I wish there was more of it, though. There is a really good, like, long, pretty much like an hour-long documentary called "Talking with Vampires," where it talks to Chris Walken, Lily Taylor, the composer, Frere himself. It's amazing, and you got an audio commentary with the director, which I haven't listened to yet, moderated by Brad Stevens, which I really want to listen to, because Brad Stevens' appreciation on this is amazing. And there's one about for edits. I'm sure I'm getting his last name wrong. I'm probably pronouncing it wrong. Edits the Addiction, a carve a piece from the time of the production, like showing him actually editing the film. So I got to say, that was really, really good. And before I go any further, I got to drop off track. I do this every time I'm in here. And I have to say, for all the ragging that Scream Factory's got for the stuff that they've been doing lately, I've gotten Silent Night, Deadly Night 2, and I got the Urban Legend, and I've watched both of them with all their features all the way through, and oh my God, it is amazing. The work that's put into those features. Urban Legends, like documentary, I've mentioned on it before, is incredible. But the one on Silent Night, Deadly Night 2 is... The one on Silent Night, Deadly Night was good. It ran around like 45 minutes long, around 45, 47 minutes long. But the one on Silent Night, Deadly Night 2, it is epic. It runs around over 70 minutes long, something like that. And you can tell that they actually cared a lot more about doing part 2 than the people that did when they made part 1. And part 1 is considered like the more serious one. There's a little bit of heartbreak in it. And because there's a guy in the film, a famous actor, famous now for that scene, for, like, he was the star of the film. And what I guess I didn't realize, what I didn't really think of, and it comes blatantly obvious and clear throughout the documentary. He put his heart and soul into acting in this movie. He had dreams, and he was hurt. He was really hurt by the reaction of the film. And you can see it. It was a bit soul crushing, even now that he's known, and and he's known for kind of like the over the top type of performance that he does. You can see a bit of like kind of sadness in his eyes when he's talking about it. That he's actually that it bothered him. That he had goals and he had dreams and he wanted to get to he wanted this to be good. And it didn't turn out that way for him. It didn't turn out the way that he wanted it to. And he disappeared for a long time. I recommend the documentary. It's amazing. There's also a 60-minute interview with the guy that worked on the effects of the film. Well, the Hammer releases, they are lacking in a lot of features. I do want to get those down the road. I'm thinking those Hammer releases, they're going to be like a kind of a splurge buy at one of my local Sunrise Records. That's how I see myself getting those. I have so many copies of Dracula Prince of Darkness. It's going to be insane. Because I got the box set, the DVD one that came out, the square one, and I got the Dracula Prince of Darkness on Millennium, which has a lot of good features on it, the Millennium edition. And I got another edition, I think, and this will be like my 4th edition when I grab grab that one. So anyway, The Addiction, number 1. And I'm going to let you guys talk about some of these here as well, because I want your guys' thoughts on this here too. Now, the next one, The Craft. Oh, I love that movie. I'm so excited they were releasing it. And I had a good friend of mine from, well, I haven't seen her in a long time. We were good friends anyway. But a friend of mine from Corner Brook, actually, from St. John's. She was a huge fan of The Craft. I remember, I think her and her husband both liked it. But The Hunger, Warner Archives. Now, this Warner Archives release actually has a feature. It has a commentary. I love this movie. It's very stylized, but a fantastic film. Love the opening of this film. I don't want to spoil anything about this film if you have not seen it. Of course, there's the the erotica TV series that came out of The Hunger that lasted 2 seasons. I've actually got that as well, which really has nothing to do with the series at all. But this is actually really, really good. David Bowie is amazing in this. It's a great cast. We got David Bowie, Catherine Deneuve, Susan Sarandon, all at their peak in my opinion. Cliff DeYoung, who I find amazing in everything that he's in. If you've never seen this, it's a very stylized, very stylish, very sexy vampire film, and by Tony Scott. So you kind of expect what you're going to get with the Tony Scott film. It's going to be very stylized. It's going to be a very beautiful film, and that and The Hunger very, very much is. Now this was one of my only Warner Archives. Now there was a sale on a while back, so I got like about, I think 9. Well, they're in DVD format because we wanted to get more. So we decided we'd grab some DVDs just to kind of like get a little tiny Warner Archives collection up there. So we got 9 Warner Archives coming. And we've got 14 Arrow videos coming from the sale. So that's what's coming in the near future. I'm trying to think if there's anything else coming. I don't think, no, well, the stuff in January, like Blood Island and the Epic one that I haven't, that I'm super excited about, and I can't tell anybody, but I want to. But I want to unbox it here on live on this channel. So when I get it, it will be unboxed live here on this channel, and I'm excited. I really am excited. Okay, next up is one that I've talked about a bit, but hopefully if you haven't got it, you're going to get it, or because I think this one's still available, and this is one that I really, really love, and that is Vampire Lesbos. Jess Franco with starring Soledad Miranda. Unfortunately, she passed away at a young age, definitely too young of an age, and she is gorgeous. She's utterly stunning in this. And if you don't have this one, I really do recommend it. So they put out 2 Soledad Miranda films, Vampire Lesbos and She Kills in Ecstasy. Both of them are fantastic. Now this one here as the alternate Spanish language called bootleg edition of this called Le Vampiros. Yeah, the movie. So you've seen it, right? It is amazingly good. It is the best vampire film for me that Franco has done. And I'm going to be mentioning and showing another Franco vampire film on here, by the way, guys. And I do like Lena Romay's, like in the what's that, the Female Vampire? Is that what's called? But this is the top. It some great features, and Severin have put out. Yeah, he did. He really showed the great directing. I'll be right back. I'm just having one of those days. Great. This is just funny. Found what I was looking for too. If I have to sneeze one more time or blow my nose, I'm going to cancel the video for a while. It's driving me up the wall. So here is a late entry. Tell me if you can guess what this movie is without me by me listing the cast. All right. It has Karen Black, Peter DeLuise, Amy Dolenz, Garrett Morris, and it is directed by Tony Randall. Nobody's going for this one. And it is Children of the Night. Would never be considered the greatest vampire film by any means, but I do have a lot of fun with this one. I saw this one first on VHS, and it kind of I don't know why it stuck with me, but it did. And I'm not sure if this is the one. I got one that's like kind of a Fangoria release. I'm not sure if this is a Fangoria release or if it's the other one that I got. You haven't heard of this one? It's okay. It's a fun little film. I definitely would check it out. And definitely do so. But I want to stay into like more of the kind of semi-classic stuff. And there's another Jess Franco one. Now this, as anybody's ever heard me say, this is not one of my favorite Franco vampire films. But I do find that the more I watch it, I get a little bit more out of it. Because I can see what they were trying. And they had a stunning cast in this film. It's such a shame that it didn't go off better than it did. And that is Jess Franco's Count Dracula. Now, he had lofty like expectations and goals when he was doing this film. This is not the really good like special edition that's out. I think, was it Severin or Synapse? Severin, I think, put out like this, like a Blu-ray edition of this, right? Like a really nice, cool edition. I can't remember. I think it's Severin. So, and this has a great cast. We got like Christopher Lee, of course, Count Dracula, Herbert Lom, Klaus Kinski, Soledad Miranda. This is definitely an early role for Mary Rome, Fred Williams, Paul Mueller, Jack Taylor. Just, you know, all in all, like a great, like, well acted, well shot, but the budget like really hinders this film a lot. And you can tell like this, you know, that parts of this were shot in different areas. And I do mean by different areas, I don't mean like different like streets or anything. I mean like some of the actors are not even in the same, well, country, really. Yeah, just look at certain people when they're doing scenes together and notice that they're actually never in the same sequence at the same time. But that being said, there is a charm to Jess Franco's Count Dracula. Never has been my favorite, but there definitely is a certain charm to this film here. And you guys can let me know what you think of it. But I enjoy it for what it is, and I think that there's probably like the score I actually liked on this one here. I got to give this one another chance. I really do. Now, it's easy to choose my favorite Dracula because it's the one that I grew up with. Like obviously my favorite Dracula is it's Hammer, but aside from the Hammer Universal Dracula, what's my favorite one? The one that I found the scariest at the time, you know, it got a lot of hate afterwards, and that is John Badham's Dracula with Frank Langella. This again, like these films, like even like the kind of the lower budget one, like with Jess Franco, and this one here by John Badham. Amazing casts in this one here as well. We got Donald Pleasance in this one. You know, Laurence Olivier is here. Of course, the fantastic Frank Langella, who just owns the role of Dracula. He really does. There's not a fang in sight, and it doesn't matter because it's still scary. He has like a certain presence. Exactly, Andy. And you know, there's one that stands up with this one here. I don't have it right here right now, because I couldn't really place my hand on it, and that is like there was BBC version by Louis Jourdan, Louis Jourdan's Dracula, and it's really good. I recommend it wholeheartedly if you've never seen it. It is a great version, and probably the closest to the Bram Stoker novel that I've ever seen done on screen. Is the Louis Jourdan version of Dracula. So if you've never seen that one, you know, this makes a great double feature. But honestly, the Louis Jourdan one's kind of long because it's like a BBC production, and it definitely 110% deserves to be seen. But this one here too. Hey, Film Schlock, g'day. Incredible film, incredible set pieces. Scariest mean of all time, or Lucy. I always get mixed up, but definitely scary daughter character. And I said I wasn't going to put any like Hammer or Universal stuff in here because I wanted to stick away from that and just go for stuff that's more kind of like either lesser known or lesser appreciated. But this one here is Hammer, and I think it is still lesser appreciated among the Hammer like vampire filmography. And that is one that I personally think was ahead of its time, and that is the fantastic Captain Kronos the Vampire Hunter. Now, this is really fun. It is pretty much, it's a comic book style film. It is extremely well done. It's got Cameron Monroe, who looks freaking gorgeous in this film. We got Shane Bryan in here as well as the vampire. Just really, really well done. Horace Jansen, of course, is there as Captain Kronos. If you've never seen this, it's a blast. He doesn't do it the way that it's normally done. He has an assistant. He goes around. Exactly, extremely underrated. He's got like a kind of a magical vampire killing sword type of thing going on. The only the other one that I would say is really underrated that I really enjoy, but I don't own it. Sadly, it is the Legend of Seven Golden Vampires, or the Seven Brothers Meet Dracula. There's a few different names for the film, and it was also one of the later vampire films that came out from Hammer, and I do recommend both of these films. Obviously, films like Vampire Circus, I already consider to have found their audience by now, and I think anybody now, if you haven't seen Vampire Circus, definitely see it. But I think that's one that's pretty much well known and well regarded at this point, which is the only reason it's not being shown in this video right here tonight. Honorable mention definitely has to go to, yeah, they were actually going to they should have made a franchise out of it. They were going to do a Vampirella movie too, Benny, but unfortunately that went to the wayside when they kind of stopped doing films. I got to give an honorable mention to Night Flyer, which I think is a really a cool, underrated film as well. That it's a Stephen King one based on a Stephen King short story, and I really like that. Kind of a creepy but kind of different looking vampire, but excellent film, and just a nice little piece. And I have to do this. I have to mention these here. Excellent. This is a double feature. It was put out by Scream Factory. I do recommend Scream Factory edition. I haven't upgraded yet, and I really should. One of these is an okay film. I'll be honest, it's okay. And one of these is way more brilliant than it has any right to be. And that's because of the performance of the lead actor. And this is Once Bitten and Vampire's Kiss. Now, Once Bitten is an early role by Jim Carrey. That's probably the best thing that it's known for. Lauren Hutton's in it, and is it a great film? No, it's really it's mediocre. Hey, Reality, how's it going, man? We're talking vampire films tonight, like underrated vampire films. But it's okay. I really it doesn't have any of the charm that Jim Carrey would have later on when he really finds himself. But you get some of that kind of rubberiness of Jim Carrey, who obviously really watched a lot of the Riddler in the Batman series when he was growing up. Frank Gorshin, because Jim Carrey must have really loved Frank Gorshin. You can see it all over all his performances. But Vampire's Kiss, this is severely underrated. Nicolas Cage is incredible in this movie, and you can pretty much watch Vampire's Kiss and you can blueprint the entirety of Nicolas Cage's acting career, was real serious, from Face Off and films like that to Vampire's Kiss. Watch this performance. This is one that Nicolas Cage is actually extremely proud of, and I can see why. He takes a lot of chances and a lot of risks, and I think that nobody does talk about it. It's a shame that I think that the thing is that this is where he really started taking the risk. I could be wrong, but as far I'm a Nick Cage fan, and this is when I see him actually starting to take those risks that he wanted to take, to really kind of stretch out. And I've been following Nick Cage for a long time. Movies like Valley Girl, fantastic film, by the way, if you've never seen it. Shout Slick's got a great edition out, which I do have to get. But yeah, Vampire's Kiss anyway. So there's one here I wanted to show because it has a bunch of films on it, and some are good, some not so much, but there's a few here that should be talked about. And this is Mill Creek's, it's Mill Creek, right? Undead Vampire Collection. Now, it's fun. We have stuff on here like Adam Age Vampire, which is definitely a fun, cheesy film. The Bloody Vampire, done in '62. Again, kind of a fun one there. I know there's another name for this. Horrible Sexy Vampire. Now this has Horror Express on it. Oh, You got to watch my my Christmas haul. It's really good, and I got one coming up, reality, that I'm super excited about. That I just found out tonight I'm getting for Christmas. Uh, that nobody will guess. And but I got like a lot of Scream Factory, some Arrow, a few box sets. I got the Sartana collection, a lot of a lot of the different stuff that I was super stoked. Of course, I got the Urban Legend 2, and of course Saw Night 2, Saw Night Dead Night 2. So I had to grab the first. I got the first one as well. So yeah, there's quite a few things. So check it out. We have the the 1922 like Nosferatu. Probably not a very good edition of it here. The Vampire Happening is really fun. So is Vampires Night Orgy, and of course the Werewolf versus the Vampire Women. Is it the Berg? It's not the Bergman set. I knew that's what everybody was going to guess, but it's not. It's my better half knowing me better than I know me. That's the best thing I can say. Yeah, my better half knowing me better than I know me. And but it is a limited edition. Okay, don't hate on me, but I had to mention these because Stakeland. Yeah, I've heard of Stakeland. I think I've got Stakeland here somewhere. I don't think I've got the second one though. I did, and I did enjoy it. Did I see the second one? I think I did. I don't remember very well. Not that because I didn't like it, but because honestly, I've been deluged with films in the last month. I've been watching a lot, so that's been kind of like there's a lot going on here right now. Two 4Ks because I wanted to put them in there, and I want to have some 4K content in here. I think I really like the first one. I don't know that much. I'm trying to remember the second one. These aren't known for their quality filmmaking, but they're known for the quality cheese. Van Helsing, which at the time I think they'd planned a kind of to do like a series of these, like make this a franchise type of thing with Hugh Jackman. And Hugh Jackman is good as Van Helsing. Don't get me wrong; he's actually really like he's a cool choice for the role. It's the Dracula character that is kind of weaker. Not gonna lie, yeah, but honestly, the more I watch it, the more I enjoy it. I get the cheese and camp that it was, Blood for Dracula, this is a good one, that it was going for. And one I didn't bring down here, which definitely should be on the list, and if you don't have it, pick it up, is the Bloodthirsty trilogy. That is an incredible trilogy of films, in my opinion. I really, really like those, and I do strongly recommend them. I love the Japanese vampire films. These aren't the hopping vampires where you put the parchment on them or anything like that. No, these are the Hammer style, like kind of Dracula style vampire films. And there's one that not many people liked, but you know what, I did, and I don't mind liking it. And that was Dracula Untold. Most people hate this film, and they don't like. There's aspects of it they don't like, but I thought it was fun. I mean, I really did. I thought he did a decent job in the role. I liked the little thing at the end of the film, and yeah, I did. I enjoyed this one. Like it's like basically. So yeah, me and you, Eddie, I guess we're the strange ones. We like Van Helsing and Dracula Untold. They were actually not bad films. Now there's one other thing that I wanted to put in here, and it's actually kind of cool. This is a TV series, and it was shown here in it's actually a Canadian TV series, but I think it played over probably on Nickelodeon over there, and I'm guessing somewhere in the UK as well. Now this actually is out by Platinum. And it's a harder find nowadays. I'm not quite sure why, but altogether there was 21 episodes, and they came out in 2 sets. And it wasn't like they were like super cheap to buy at the time, but I think they went in print. I think you can find them every once in a while. That is Dracula the series. So no, this is not. Ramirez Martin is definitely underrated, and I'll be totally honest with you. The reason this video didn't start like 10 minutes before it did is because I was looking for my like DVD copy of Martin that I got her somewhere. Oh, nice. Gonna have a Bond weekend. That is that is an awesomeness. I got to do a Bond weekend sometime soon. After I did the video with Jace, I watched I think I watched, was it Living Daylights? Yeah, I watched Living Daylights, and I watched License to Kill. I watched the two Timothy Dalton ones. But yeah, like as you can see, he's like definitely has a look of Dracula. And of course, you know, it's kids like knowing that he's Dracula when nobody else does. It's actually kind of fun. It's kind of like super cool and cheesy. I watch like Christmas horror films. I'm not gonna lie to you, I do. That's me. But you know, this was definitely worth checking out. Canadian vampire series, Dracula the series, and with that, those are the initial ones that I wanted to put in and talk about for. Yeah, see, that's the thing. It's been a while. I used to saw it on YTV, and I was like older when I saw it. I think my kids were around at that time. At least one of them was. You know, we had it was kind of fun because there's horrible stuff coming on like Mona the Vampire. I'm sorry, not a fan of Mona the Vampire. If anybody remembers that or that's part of their childhood, I apologize. I just didn't like it, but it was better. Actually, no, I did. I liked Mona. Mona was okay. I didn't like Angela Anaconda. If anybody knows what Angela Anaconda is, I apologize for bringing up horrible memories of the ugliest cartoon in the world. If you think I'm joking, go look up Angela Anaconda after this video, and then bleach your eyes because it's a horrible looking cartoon. I did like Mona. That's a shame. I feel bad for saying that now. Which one, Mona or Angela Anaconda? Because if it was Angela Anaconda, you poor guy. Yeah, my kids can't even watch it. Like my youngest found out about it because my oldest knew what it was. Oh, Dracula, really? Yeah, that played for a while. There was actually another Dracula series, like a newer series that came out, like a more serious one, with the guy from the Tudors. I think it was the Tudors. And I think it lasted for like a season. Didn't last very long. Ironically, the guy that played Van Helsing in that series, I think was the guy that played Dracula in Dracula 3D, with, you know, the woman that Dario Argento did. So, you know, it's kind of like a 6 degrees of separation type of thing. Hollywood Chain Sucker, that is a quality film. You've never seen Let's Scare Jessica to Death? Actually, yes, I have. I do, and I do like that one. Actually, it's one of those that that was a find for me back in the VHS days. It just had like kind of that cover that was kind of creepy, and it stuck with me, and I had to watch it. That's how I found a lot of films like back in the day. As I'd go into the horror section, and a lot of times I wouldn't even read the back of the box. I just look and I see this cover, and the cover was weird or creepy or freaky. I'd have to watch it, and I ended up watching a lot of crappy stuff that way, and ended up watching stuff like Let's Scare Jessica to Death, which I do think is definitely worthy watch. Is there a great edition of Let's Scare Jessica to Death out? I can't remember if there is or not. Obviously, you know, there's stuff for like, you know, Night Evelyn Came at Graves out, but is there Let's Scare Jessica to Death? Is there a good edition of that out yet? Please don't say it's by Code Red because I'll cry, because I don't want it to be by Code Red. If it's by like Warner Archives or something like that, fantastic, because that means I can get it down the road. Now, there's been like a bunch of announcements recently about like different movies coming out, and I did want to talk about that, but I didn't do it on my list. Casino Royale, Skyfall, Octopussy, Goldfinger, From Russia with Love, You Only Live Twice, For Eyes Only, Goldeneye. How come there's no Timothy Dalton Love in there? How come there's no Timothy Dalton Love? Because, you know, but those are dates you picked up, right? Yeah, that's why. Okay. Definitely. And they're super cool. You can never go wrong with James Bond. I'm sorry. There are two, like when you buy like Blu-rays or DVDs, there are two that you can never kind of go wrong with. Yeah, the two Dalton films are amazing. and that is like buying Doctor Who and buying James Bond. Either one of those features, man, you got features like crazy, and that's something that I'm actually I always love, is that they have so many like really cool features in those James Bond sets. So as you're watching them, after you finish them up, man, like dive into some of those features. Trust me, you're not gonna regret it. It's got some amazing stuff. So definitely check that out. And I'll be honest with you guys, this is probably gonna be a shorter video tonight because I started with the vampire, and I wanted to go into something else, but I don't know if it's the right time, or if I'm prepared enough to do it yet. I've been thinking about like 2019 for my channel, and I plan on keeping doing the live streams like as much as I can, and as long as you guys. Aha, yes, Automatic Secret Service. That's one of my favorites, actually. It makes me cry every time. But I actually might shoot a couple like pre-shot like videos and put one out once or twice a week as well. So I can put a little bit more content on my channel for times when I can't go live. I do want to give you guys as much like content as I can, but I want to make sure that's quality content as well. Content, that sounds so like, what's the word I'm looking for? Content. It just sounds so serious, so businesslike. But no, you know what I mean. I want my channel to grow, and I want to you guys to be able to get like, and not grow just like as in like viewership or anything like that, but grow in the way that I want to keep like evolving and changing and moving forward. And that's what this is what the movie club is for us to evolve and change and move forward. Hey Javed, how's it going? Because when I come in here, yeah, definitely. Everybody should do a Bond marathon once a year at least. Or twice on a leap year. So what I want to do, welcome Javed guys, is that I want to keep the movie club going, and everybody here that either if you're a commenter or you're a content creator yourself, always feel free to talk about your own content with others on here. Feel free to link like anytime you want to, if you want to link a video in the like down below, like one of your latest videos or something like that. Because a lot of us here like know each other's videos and stuff, but some people may be coming in new, and your video may turn them on to something that they weren't aware of. You only live twice. I actually like that. That's a good one. But yeah, feel free to anytime, like whether if you're creating content on YouTube, or you've got or you're a writer, and you've got like you're working on a website or a vlog or something like that you're doing. Always feel free to kind of put that in there, because I want this here like as a movie club to grow creatively and to go out like and see some other stuff as well. I'm actually thinking of working on like starting up like a kind of a WordPress account and doing some because I am a writer first and foremost after all, guys. And doing some writing, basically some film reviews, some retrospectives, that type of thing. If I end up doing that, I'll let you guys know. Oh, really? Well, thank you for finally commenting. And dude, you're here now. You made your first comment that you're officially part of the club. As soon as you make that comment, you're one of us. Like the freaks would say, right? Like one of us. We actually talked about like a bunch of like vampire films tonight. To Halloween 4K. Oh, me too. Okay. Enjoy Film Slack. You can blame it on me. 2013. Wow. And here's Welcome to the Asylum. You missed it in the cinema. I won't say anything. Thanks, Rowdy. But I really did enjoy it. I got to see it. I thought I was going to miss it. I was one of the last people to see it. Like everybody was talking about it. I was like not 5 or 6 years in. Yes. Happy New Year, Film Schluck. Have a good one. It's coming there in February. Oh. But I really enjoyed it. I'm not sure about everybody else on here. But overall, I think that there's been a lot of like good buzz about the Halloween film. There's a couple things that I think can be seen as kind of weaker by some people, but I enjoyed it. Like I'm gonna be honest, I really enjoyed the Halloween films. I really enjoyed the new one. I also really enjoyed Strangers Prey at Night. So if you like slasher films and like with the 80s like kind of like style to them, I guess you do if you're wanting to see that. I do. Do I plan on watching films on Monday, New Year's Eve, or Tuesday, January the 1st? You want to know something, guys? You want to know something really, really sad? I had actually originally planned to make kind of like a New Year's style one, right? A video. But guess what? I got my schedule. Angie Dixon. Oh man, I love Angie Dixon. And I'm working on New Year's Eve and New Year's Day till 12 both days. So I'm literally ringing in the new year at work. Is that not sad? But somebody's got to do it. Hopefully nobody will call on New Year's because I'm sorry. Who calls companies on New Year's Eve and New Year's Day? Then again, I thought that about Christmas. I was sadly wrong. People do make lots of phone calls. Lots of them. College football. I don't get to watch any of that stuff now. I used to watch a lot of football back in the day. And here in Canada, we've got like it's slightly different than it is in the U.S. Because we have the CFL here, which, you know, The Rock. If you're a fan of The Rock, Dwayne Johnson. In Canada, it is chill. Well, you know, it's Canada. You know. Yeah, to 2020. Basically, it was going to be out in 2019, but they lost the director. There was creative differences, and they had to find a new director, which has been done. I think the film's been written, so the film now is supposed to be coming out in 2020. This is the last Daniel Craig one before they do whatever they're going to do. A lot of people think they're going to be doing like a reboot with kind of a new Bond. Some people think it's going to be like a younger Bond. We'll see. But you're in Wisconsin area, right? So you and Brian, actually from Just This, right? Is in Wisconsin as well. I've got a. Yeah, actually I do. He did the. Oh God, what is it? I think he did Swamp Thing. I'm pretty sure he did Swamp Thing. And did he do Hellblazer? Like some Hellblazer or stuff? He did. I know when the New 52 came out, he was part of the horror. Raw City. I remember Raw City. He was part of the horror line though. Like he actually worked with DC on when they did their New 52 comics. So I can't remember which ones he did, but yeah, I've seen more of his indie stuff. That's where I know him mostly from. But Essex County, I love. So I've read that one. I have read. Oh my God! You know what? I never, until you said that, I kind of didn't put the two together. Is that really the same guy that worked? No. See, Essex County, I love. Yeah, I'm a huge comic fan. If you're not aware, you probably are. I'm a huge comic book fan. My latest acquisition was the one of the Essentials, the Marvel Essentials. You know, those big black and white things they got of Moon Knight, and I'm a huge Moon Knight fan. I think Moon Knight's one of the most underrated, and if anybody was to do a really good Moon Knight. Oh yes, I kind of. Oh, you don't know, do you? If you know Jace, he's on here a lot, and he's got his own channel. Australian guy, really nice, really smart when it comes to James Bond, by the way. I guested on his one of his videos. We did a live stream where we talked about the entire James Bond franchise. We went through every single one of the films. Had a blast doing it. Ran about 3 hours long, and we talked about our favorite films, favorite directors. It was really, Jason from Down Under. It was really a blast, and we are doing another one in the near future. on Western films as well. So that'll be interesting to check out. It's not on my channel. It's on Jace's channel. Actually, if you there's a video that I put on here called go to Jace's channel, or something like that. And it's like a 30-second long video, but it has a link to that video. So if you're interested in checking it out, Jace has it up there, and definitely from 1960, golden years of comics, man, golden years. You saw New York Ripper? Did you like it? I love New York Ripper. I don't know. There's a name on it. Yes, when you go to the video, it'll link you. If you're not subscribed to his channel, you can subscribe to it from there, because it'll link you right to the video, bring you right there. And I did put a link in the either in the comment or the description box, just to. Do you think it was as good as Pieces? Well, Pieces is in a category all of its own. Like, Pieces literally has Kung Fu, the guy from Pod People, Bluto from Robert Altman's Popeye, ranked the Guardians of the Galaxy film. There's only 2 of them. Actually, I like the first one best. First, second, but they're both really, really good. I'm a James Gunn fan. I like a lot of his stuff. I like Slither. I got Romeo and Juliet over there, which I think was his first film, if I'm correct. At least like the first one that he actually directed. Because he worked for Troma before he became mainstream. But yeah, and he's going to be doing the new Suicide Squad, I think, or having something to do with it. So now Suicide Squad has a chance of being good, unlike the first one, because yeah. What the hell? They did like a great job with those films. Now, one of these days, I'll plan on doing we'll do an actual I'll actually do a superhero stream. I'll rank the whole Marvel, DC. We'll go through all of them, type of thing. And I'll probably get a guest host or something for that one, because I'm going to need it for something like that, to just to keep on track, just to go through the whole thing. That's going to be a long video. I'm not going to lie to you. That's going to be a very long video. You can't get them there in the UK? Let me check. I'm not sure if the ones here are region free or not, so let me just go check for you. I think they might be region A, but I'll check. Kino, I think, would do well to go over to the UK, because look how well it's done for like people like Criterion, and I thought Scream Factory was going to do that when Arrow came over here, but they didn't go in that direction. I'll be right back. Whoops. Whoopsie. Unfortunately, they are all region A, though I do recommend looking into, if you can, find it a region-free player, because I'm not going to lie, going region-free has definitely changed my life. And I'll be honest with you. Oh, no, I'm actually leaving fairly soon now. Feel better, Andy, and let us know that you're doing okay. And have a great night. Rest up. Take some meds and get better. That's what's important. Go lie down and watch a movie. But I actually have to go and get a few things done. I do work tomorrow, sadly. And I just got like where I got the Nintendo controller, the Switch Pro controller. I actually just kind of splurged and got the year of Nintendo Online, and it comes with a bunch of like old school games, right? So I played a bunch of get my ass. I was playing Smash Brothers earlier, got my ass kicked, and that's just by the computer. Randy, right on. It'll make you, or at least it'll make you feel out of it. Oh, seriously, really? Is this like an old school Remedy thing? Like, see, that's the thing. And they got a lot of these SNES I got the SNES Classic. I love that, man. But if you sign apparently if you sign up, I think it's like $20 a year for like, or you can pay like $5 a month for Nintendo's like online service. And I don't care really about like playing a lot of online stuff, but I do love the old school stuff. And they got like games there, you know, like was it like River City Beatdown, and just a bunch of like the old school stuff, like you know, Super Mario Brothers, like, you know, Donkey Kong. It's just a lot of really fun stuff. They got Tecmo Bowl, which was one of my favorite early football games that I played. I was really into the football games. Oh yeah, I do remember Final Fight. I'm old school. When it comes to Streets of Rage, I think Streets of Rage is on there. There's a couple on there actually, so it might be. Just definitely check it out if you got a Switch. Definitely worth checking into. They give you like a 7-day free trial to start out with, and then you can like go from there. And I'm very impressed. I'm very impressed with what they've done. So, but usually if I mention video games at all, like I see like the count of people watching my videos just going down on a rapid basis. For some reason, if I talk about video games at all, not really, not a lot. Now, when I was in St. John's, when I lived in Newfoundland, if you're watching my channel back then, because I've been here for about 2 years, we had like an arcade there. It was right across. What was brilliant about it was right across from the movie theater, where the IMAX movie theater that we're playing. Yeah, it's pretty much here too. Now, did you notice? I'm not sure if they had it over in the UK, but over here, and like Walmart's basically, they had these things called 1-Up Arcade, and they call it Trini, man. What apparently it is it's like an arcade machine around like yay high, not quite full size, but you know, pretty big, and you kind of like it's easy to put together. Like you kind of put it together yourself. The board's there, like all the stuff's put together. You get like this kind of mini arcade machine. There's different ones like with you know, with Capcom or Galaga, Pac-Man, those type of things, and they're run around usually around $3.79, something like that. And I think they're $3.29 for Boxing Day special sale. But I can't see the build quality being that great on them. But if you got it, you know, if you got the money, I'm guessing they're fun little collectibles, much like, you know, the tiny ones are. But this is like, you know, on a much bigger scale. So look them up. I don't know if they're any good. 1-Up Arcade. I'm sure Metal Jesus Rocks or some guy like, or Kelsey or something like that will actually know a lot more about them than I do. Two channels who I actually really watch a lot of. Oh yes, I have tried PSVR. I got it for we got it here on Black Friday. It was going to be part of a Christmas present, and it's really good. I think it's really worth getting. I was unsure, so when we got it because the price point was right for getting the PSVR. Now there are some really cool experiences and games on there. I don't know if you want it for more of the experience or the games, but we were kind of split half and half. My better half wanted the experiences. She wanted the things like going in like nature, or going on a roller coaster, going underwater, that type of thing. It's amazing, and it's really immersive. It's really well done. I wanted to play things like Firewall with the Move controller, and you know, but not the Move controller, with the big gun, and play like some games and stuff like that. I still haven't got, but I want to get, and I'm both nervous about getting it. But there's an Exorcist game on PSVR. I kid you not. There's an Exorcist experience, and I think it's called Legion, so which is kind of cool. You haven't bought a console? Dreamcast was amazing. The Dreamcast was freaking amazing. That is probably one of my favorite consoles of all time. It was so far ahead of its time. It had so much good stuff. Murdersville is definitely in the UK. Murdersville gets all the good stuff. Shenmue is fantastic. I spent way too many hours on Shenmue. I'm not gonna lie. Way too many hours on Shenmue. But with that, my voice is going. I'm getting sneezy again. So, sorry for such a short video. Thank you for finally talking, Javid. Hopefully you're going to be talking a lot more in future videos. And I've had a blast. I've loved talking to all you guys tonight, and just a short video until we can actually do like a bit of a longer one. And I'm excited. Thank you guys for coming in here. Thanks, Reality. And you know, I did seem a little bit off. If it seemed about doing it, I do have Sartana. Love Sartana. Nate, Pete, have a fantastic night. There's something I'm excited to show you guys, and it's coming very, very soon. Culture Screen, have a great one. Javid, everybody there, have a fantastic night. Sorry, I'm a little flighty tonight. If I don't talk to you guys before, have a fantastic and a happy new year. And if I'm not here before 2019, we will see you. I will see you here in 2019. I am trying to get my better half to actually make a video with me. So so that may be a future thing. I'm working on it very hard. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching. Thanks for joining me here in the movie library. I'm Aaron. You are the movie club, and like Reality said there, but I'm gonna put it back on you. You guys rock. You guys are awesome, and I could not do any of this without you. Thank you so much for being here, and hopefully I will see you here again in 2019 for bigger, better, beefier episodes of the movie club. Have a great night, guys, and happy upcoming new year.